So as I'm sure most of you are aware, and some of you already would have started this already, just depends on your time zone when these things come out. There's a new car to win, and it's the Ride the Storm event, and it's the new Lamborghini Huracan. This says you can obviously win the car and up to 50 gold. Now, these updates I think are getting so expensive, and this is the very first time I can ever think that I'm not actually fussed if I win the car or not, and I'm only going to gamble a certain amount of gold to get this. It says you can win 50 gold to get the car. I've had a look at the series, and I can only see one series that this actually can race in so far, and that's only worth 3 gold, so that's 53 gold. I will probably get around about maybe 70 gold using this in the race teams, so I'm weighing that in as well. So that's going to be 70 plus 53 is 123, and maybe the car is worth 100 gold to have, so that's 223 gold. So I'm going to look at, I'm going to spend up to a maximum of 225 gold, and then I think that will only then cost me about 100 gold for the car. If I can't do the event with 220 gold, then I'm going to lose out on getting the car. I've never done this before, but this is what I'm doing here. I'm only going to gamble a certain amount, because I'm not going to be spending 400 or 500 gold on the cars that some of these have actually cost you in the past. So let's have a little look at this car. It's got 6 days to enter, and so I'm going to have a look at that now. Download all quest assets. Right, I will download that. Now what I've done, I've reinstalled the game, because the game, it just hangs so much and just takes so long to hang. It can hang for 10 minutes at times, this game's now. So I've wiped all of the data on my device, and I've not downloaded all the assets. And now at the moment it will load virtually straight away within a few seconds, and it's, you know, it is such a different experience. So I will download this because I've got no choice. It's quite a big file, 225 meg. That's just to download the assets for this event itself, and their assets are your cars and your tracks. So I will cut this here, and I will rejoin this when it's finished. Oh, there's a surprise. It got nearly to the end and it stopped again. Does that all the time, every time you ever do this. Right, and that actually says it's done by the look of it. Strange. Right, do you want to start now? I will start later. Right, so it says about download all assets again, so I'm going to go back to that. There's nothing wrong with my internet. Times this does this, it's like you've got to connect to the server all the time. Right, so it's the last 7 megabyte. It does this all the time. It never seems to download in one go. Right, so we should be all ready to go now. Now the car itself, let's have a look if we can have a look at the car. Now, as I said before, this car is the first one that I'm not that fussed if I don't win it. I've never ever said that before. But this car, it's obviously the new Lambo. It's I'm sure it's a replacement for the Gallardo. It's meant to have superb grip, and it competes with the McLaren 650. Is what it's aiming at, and it's meant to be all about grip with this car. So we got it's obviously a new V10 engine, and it features in the Elite series only, from what I can see so far. So V10, and out of all the Lambos, apart from the most recent one we got, all the Aventadors and Murcielagos, etc., and obviously the Gallardos, they're all right to drive, but they're certainly not cars that I would take out on a daily basis when you own most of them. Pretty much like all of the Ferraris, they're another car that, this would be up against a 458. It's not a car that I would actually even think of driving, to be honest. But it's another car, so if we win it, we win it. If we don't, we don't. And I'm going to start the first stage now. So follow me through the stages. I'm sure there'll be one or two that we can't do, like always. We might just have to try that a little bit harder than we've done before, maybe. Anyway, see you on the stages soon. Cheers.